Next on Making Sense of the Madness, a German Special Forces veteran exposes human trafficking at the Super Bowl, and Dwayne and Brian Cates analyze the unfolding scandals with Hunter and Joe Biden. We're going to question the mainstream narrative and expose media propaganda right now. Well, what could human trafficking have to do with the Super Bowl? We're going to find out with Vicky Richter. She actually escaped Germany in 2021 with her daughter and currently works as an independent investigative war journalist on a mission to show the truth. She is a German Special Forces veteran and in the top 10 of the German Antifa. The cartels don't like her and her work that she does at the southern border. Well, Vicky, thank you so much for joining us. I did a little research before the show. I had no idea that in 2021, the Super Bowl in Tampa, there were 146 arrests and 6 victims recovered and 18 missing children were identified. I mean, just unbelievable. That's not the first time at the Super Bowl this has happened. What's the connection?
So those stories go back to 2010 in Miami. And then we had a peak again in 2015 in Phoenix when 570 Johns got arrested. And it was a sting operation with 37 federal agencies were involved with law enforcement in 17 states. So this whole human trafficking around the Super Bowl is not a new thing. And I think it's a very alarming sign when you have a Super Bowl now in a border state, while we have one of the biggest border crises ever in this world. And people try to just see the positive part of the Super Bowl. So I don't want to start a fight with football or something. I really like that sport, but people have to be aware of the crimes who are happening while those events are here. It's not only the Super Bowl, it's actually every big sporting event, because human trafficking is one of the second biggest business in the US. Every year there are over $38 billion coming in only from human trafficking. And when you see in the reports that over 100 prostitutes got saved from human trafficking, they don't even say the names of the victims. So there can be children in the years between 6 and 18 years old. You don't know that because nobody's willing to talk about it, and nobody wants to destroy the idea of the happy Super Bowl event.
Right. It would be a big problem with their public relations to try to damage their brand if people really knew how much human trafficking is going on at these sporting events. But why do the human traffickers target these big events?
Because it's easy. It's easier for them to get the products out. So you have to reduce the people who are the victims of human trafficking and the fentanyl, the drugs, in what the traffickers and the cartels and all the criminals see them. They see them as tools or products. So the best way to sell a product is when you have people who wants to have the product, and when you have the most people who wants a product, when so many people are coming together. So it makes it really logical and easy to understand that at big events, such people are looking for some amusements what they normally don't get. So they use events like the Super Bowl, and the trafficking is much easier because so many people are coming to those towns that it's a hard thing to recognize when something suspicious happens. That's why the FBI and other agencies are starting this whole advertising campaigns like see something, say something. Or when you're on an airport, you hear every 20 minutes the signal with if you see something suspicious about human trafficking, this is the number, please call. They don't just do it because they have time for doing it. Now this is a real problem, and my biggest concern is we already have huge numbers of illegals coming into America because of this border crisis, this border invasion. And getting a Super Bowl so close to the border doesn't make the problem small, it makes it actually bigger, and it increases the numbers.
Yeah, probably anticipating the largest number of human traffickers at this coming sporting event than in the past, and there were many in the past. So, what are some of the signs? How do these people advertise and prostitute the victims? Is it under the radar? Is it out in the middle of everyone, and it's only obvious to people who know it? When you go and do your investigation, what signs are you looking for?
So a lot of those Johns who are selling the people or the children are using Craigslist. Like when you want to buy some clothing for children or stuff, you sometimes see like a baby pullover or something for $40,000. That's not reasonable. Why you should pay so much money for used baby clothes or kids clothes? Or when you want to buy a car and it's a very old car, like 12 years old, and it's over $200,000 or something. Those are little signs what people can see or should be suspicious of. Then when you see people at the events with children, and the children are actually very behaving a little bit strange in they are shy, they don't really have you don't really have the feeling that they are belonging to the person who is with them, like the adult. And it doesn't really hurt someone if you say, hey, how are you, do you enjoy the game with your dad or something. Nobody, you don't hurt someone if you just have a little more attention and awareness of looking at those people. Then obviously the rise of prostitution is going higher and higher when you have in the darknet some chat rooms where they where people are John selling those people those children. And then obviously with the border, with the stash houses where they keep the children, or the females, or even young males who get trafficked with labor. And then you have the fentanyl, which is coming to your country over the highway between Tucson and Phoenix, which coming directly from the border. So there is a huge supply chain, and there are several um, organizations who are helping them or just look away.
Tell me about your organization, your website, and how people can connect with you.
So I'm from the Patriot Chicks. I'm working with my friend Jamie Silvestri. We are independent boots on the ground journalists. You can find us under thepatriotchicks.com, and we would love to that you follow us. Sign up our newsletter, and wait on the documentary what we are working on right now. You saw the trailer about it, and I really want to make a shout out to Veterans for Children Rescue. It's an organization from veterans who are actually fighting with law enforcement against human trafficking. And please look that up, Veterans for Children Rescue. It's from Craig Sawyer, and he's really doing a great job. And if you want to get active in the fight against human trafficking, check that out. Follow our page. We try to have him on the show oftener, and get him on the documentary that he can tell the story about fighting human trafficking in firsthand.
That's excellent. I love the work that you're doing. This is such an important topic. And if everyone in the audience gets involved, we can actually stop this problem. So Thank you, Vicky, for joining us today. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the Cates brothers are going to analyze the unfolding scandals with Joe and Hunter Biden as soon as we get back.
The world is about to shift. Banks are going cashless globally with